Have you ever noticed some of the loudest conversations actually does not happen in your life? It happens in your head. You are lying in your bed and your mind is repeating some conversations that actually never happen and some thoughts that have no connection to the reality at all. A single comment suddenly appears in your mind that has already happened years ago. Nothing is actually happening in your life or around you. It is only happening in your mind and you think it's real. We often say, I overthink, I have anxiety, my brain does not work properly, my mind never stops. What if the problem is not your mind at all and it is doing exactly what it is meant to do? Before you have even had your breakfast, you have scrolled through social media. You have consumed various data. You have observed news and many incidents have already imprinted on your head or on your mind. You have listened to many opinions. One thing is that we are connected in this world through social media and various other means. And many opinions and many data are getting absorbed into our mind on a daily basis. Moment to moment, our attention is being pulled towards every direction. Wherever we spend our time, it unconsciously imprints in our mind. Till the evening arrives, you are exhausted, not because life is tough, not because there are so many problems, but because we are carrying many voices in our head. So think about it. Our mind is doing only the processing work. It means the data that we have gathered throughout the day processes again and again and predicts something. It might be real, it might not be real, but we get entangled in it and we feel exhausted. If you have been criticized before, your brain thinks that you will be criticized again. If you have been rejected once, your brain scans for rejections and predicts rejections. Your mind is doing this not to hurt you but to warn you. If we observe our mind, how it has evolved throughout various evolution processes from the caveman to this modern world man, we can clearly see that as a caveman we always wondered about when to get food and always we were thinking about survival. As we were hunter and gatherers, our mind was constantly thinking about survival. The days have changed, the situations have changed, the society have changed, but still our brain is thinking like the caveman and it is scanning for danger everywhere, not to harm us but to protect us from danger. But this mechanism gradually traps us as we become enslaved by our thought process. We repeat the same thoughts again and again and gets identified with it. The problem is that the mind that actually functions for protection becomes our self imprisonment. We are getting imprisoned by certain boundaries that are meant to protect us. Neuroscience has improved and developed so much in this era, but our ancient system figured this out ages ago. What our neuroscience tells, the ancient Indian yogis discovered it thousands of years before. There is a beautiful sloka from Bhagavad Gita that describes it very precisely and beautifully. Sloka says as Uddhare datmanatmanam natmanam basadayat Atmaiva Yatmano Bandhuratmaiva Ripuratmanah Uddhared Atmanatmanam Natmanam Abasadayat Atmaiva Yatmano Bandhuratmaiva Tripuratmanah. It is translated as you should lift yourself by yourself only. Do not let yourself fall. The mind can become your greatest friend or your greatest enemy. Notice what it does not say. It does not tell us to completely destroy the mind or there is no need of mind at all. It does not say that. It says that your mind can be your imprisonment or your liberation. The one thing that helps us to simply get freedom from our mind is clarity. Clarity is the only way to get freedom from our entangled thought process. And what is the one thing that keeps us away from getting this clarity? Think about it. Every opinion from the society, what society tells us to do, how we are brought up from our childhood by different rules and regulations, how we are brought up, everything contribute to our mindset. And to get freedom from this meanness of mind or the thought process, there is only one way, that is clarity. What is truth and what is untruth? We have to see it clearly. Only then we can get freedom from this mind. I am not telling this in a spiritual perspective. Let us explore together. Is there any other way? If there is any other way, you can let me know in the comment section. One quote by Sadhguru touched me deeply, and I think it's relevant today. The quote says as, the mind is society's garbage bin. Everyone who passes by stuffs something into it. Think about it. Every opinion that we get, every advertisement we consume on our daily basis, every criticism, every unknown boundaries drawn, every expectation, every comparison we faced from childhood until now, every fear, every day we gather some information into our own mind. The problem is not that we gather such things and these things enter into our mind. This is not the problem. The problem is that we get identified with. The garbage enters into the dustbin, but we think we are the dustbin or we are that garbage. That's the problem. The garbage should be there where it belongs to. If we identify with the garbage, then the problem arises. This is the real tragedy. Maybe the voice that tells us that we are not enough. Have you noticed this? Maybe the voice that tells us that we are not enough might not be our voice. It might be gathered from somewhere else. It may be from the society. It may be from the outside. So I am not, or we are not blaming the society. The problem is that we get identified with these opinions of the society. Society is also built for our security or survival, but slowly it also becomes the self-imprisonment. It only becomes so when we are identified with everyone's opinion and we lack the clarity of our life. A real peace actually does not come from stopping these thoughts. It comes from disentangling ourselves from these thoughts and to see clearly that we are not the thoughts. The true clarity or the true freedom begins when we see clearly what to believe and what not to believe, what is true and what is not. If this discrimination arises in our mind, then there is true freedom. Freedom lies only in knowing truly which thought should we believe and which thought should we not believe. Some thoughts are wisdom, some thoughts are just junk, some are simply yesterday's garbage that you forgot to take out. If you enjoy these thoughtful conversations, exploring the mind together, wisdom from great masters and from our ancient wisdom, then consider subscribing. It might help somebody to know that we are not alone. Let's build a community where clarity should prevail. And before you leave, ask yourself an honest question. Is every thought that you think are truly yours? Is every opinion that you think are true are actually true or not? Maybe you picked it from somewhere or someone stopped into it. Ask yourself. We don't know what may be the answer. So leave in the comments. What is the one thing that you think that is not actually your thought? It is the gathering, it is the junk that has been gathered from the society or from the outside world. Think about it. Namaskaram.